impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep. The poor and the underclass are growing. Racial justice and human rights are non-existent. They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices.
Welcome back to the Knights Temenos Prime.
You have disgraced it.
Join your fellow rebels, fugitive scum. It's for the rarest of specimens, the worst of the worst.
I'm slave to no one.
All this species mixing with species. It upsets the cosmic balance. The creators, they don't like it. They built you to do what you were told.
Guinea has banned the sale and consumption of bats to prevent the spread of the deadly Ebola virus, its health minister has ordered. Now, bats are a local delicacy and they appear to be the main agents for the Ebola outbreak in the south.
Dark Knight Rises opens in theaters today to tragedy. President Obama cut a campaign stop short in Florida to address the nation, sharing how he was particularly shaken by the event as he thought about his own daughters going to the movies, as you can see in this footage from ABC.
For healthcare workers battling Ebola, it was a signature moment of triumph. 26-year-old Nina Pham, the Dallas nurse who was the first person to contract Ebola inside the United States, heading home free of the virus. But before the flight to Dallas, a short trip to Washington, D.C. for a presidential hug. It was a very different scene from the last time Pham spoke on camera.
Now to the story of Excalibur, a dog in Spain authorities fear has Ebola. They want to euthanize him.
What the hell are you playing at?
I'm proving that you're their leader and their king.
That sword is stuck fast in solid stone.
And you're going to pull it out.
It's time for reinforcements. Recognize one of your knights. You just want to die for the guy. That's leadership. Or brainwashing or something.
No. That's Optimus Prime.
Ebola, I'm holding in my hands a patent that the U.S. government gave for Ebola in 2012. It says it's invented and it was made in its abstract for experimentation. Governments in Africa were given about $140 million to let experimentation start in January of this year. And now we see people dying from it because it was a disease made to kill, and it's killing. And in reality, this late move, to me, has more to do with creating a panic so people can sell medication as well as kill Africans.
A rare earth metal, molecularly unstable, industrial uses, none. And then the aliens came, and we made the connection. It's what they're made of.
It's the Holy Grail.
It's the Holy Grail. It's the Holy Grail.
How many wine glasses are there on the table?
One, the Holy Grail.
This is the original icon for male. It's a rudimentary phallus. Now, as you would imagine, the female symbol is its exact opposite. This is called the chalice.
And
And the chalice resembles a cup or vessel, or more importantly, the shape of a woman's womb.
Sipping from your cup till it runneth over. Holy Grail.
I'm a slave to no one.
All this species mixing with species. It upsets the cosmic balance. The creators, they don't like it. They built you to do what you were told.
Give it to me in a nutshell.
Well, the premise is quite simple. Take something designed by nature and reprogram it to make it work for the body rather than against it.
You're talking about a virus?
Indeed, yes, in this case the measles virus, which has been engineered at a genetic level to be helpful rather than harmful.
It's nanotechnology.
Transformium. That's what we're calling it.
Focus grouped. Catchy. Trademarked.
This is the greatest advance in modern physics since the splitting of the atom. Programmable matter.
Programmable matter.
Now we have nanotechnology. And with nanotechnology, perhaps, who knows, maybe in 100 years, we'll have something called the replicator. Now the replicator is something you see in Star Trek. It's called the molecular assembler, and it takes ordinary raw materials, breaks them up at the atomic level, and joins the joints in different ways to create new substances. If you have a molecular assembler, you can turn, for example, a glass into wood, or vice versa. You would have the power of a magician. In fact, the power of a god.
Power of a god.
Now we can begin to give it instructions.
We can change anything into anything.
Do you like music? The pill. Perhaps something a little more violent?
He's a goddamn spy. You brought a goddamn spy into this facility.
How's that for a magic trick?
Viruses are nanotechnology. Viruses add genetic sequences. They're actually changing your DNA.
The pharmaceutical companies developing these vaccines, as well as the ones which are a little bit longer in the development path, are committing to ramping up the production capacity to millions of doses to be available in 2015.
Thousands of planets were cyberformed with seeds. They turned your organic life into our elemental metals.
Driven to hospital by police escort. This is how one nurse was welcomed back to America after treating Ebola victims in West Africa. Despite assurances that authorities have things under control, Casey Hickox described the scene as a frenzy of disorganisation and fear. She remains in isolation in the New Jersey hospital after testing negative in a preliminary test for Ebola. Writing in the Dallas Morning News, she says she's been treated like a criminal and is scared for those who will follow her after carrying out vital work in West Africa. The White House says it is considering adopting the move for the whole country, but right now the president's calling for calm.
Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered. That is their primary method of survival. Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedated.